Well, it's a beautiful morning here in Cardiff. I'm in the garden of my home and I've been asked to do a brief video on preaching. What exactly is preaching? We'll handle this very simply. Many ways to approach this. I want to take a very simple approach that I hope will be very helpful. Just 3 points I want to make. The first point we'll split into two, so 4 points altogether. 3 + 1 is 4. Why do we preach? What is preaching? How do we preach? Let's start off with the what. What exactly is preaching? First point I want to make is this. If you're a preacher, preaching is the greatest of all human activities. The greatest of all human activities. Is it teaching? Well, yes, it is teaching, but it's more than teaching. The Bible enumerates a number of spiritual gifts, and to be a teacher is a spiritual gift. But a preacher is more than a teacher. It's teaching is imparting knowledge, but preaching is more than that. And to get to the depths of what preaching is, think about the words that are used. The most common one in the New Testament is kerusso. Kerusso. And kerusso is used of not just a teacher, but a herald. There's something dynamic about the one who kerussos. He's the herald sent out from a king. He has a proclamation. He has a message with a burden. It's one who calls attention to a declaration from somebody in authority. The teacher is one who can really know where he's going with a message. You might have a class, a group of adults or children around you. You've got your notes, and it's wonderful. And you impart knowledge. And it has a supreme and excellent place to be a teacher. But to be a preacher is teaching plus. Quite often on a Sunday, or wherever I'm set to preach, or any preacher, you might well have your notes. But where you're going to go, you don't quite know. In preaching, it's teaching plus the Spirit will take you up. It's as if you get the wind in your sail and you're moved along. Other words that are used. Paul says that it's not that I was sent to baptize, but I was sent to preach the good news. And that those few words in English encompassed in one word in the Greek, euangelizo, to preach the good news. And Paul also says it's through the folly of what we preach, the kerugma. So here we are. Here's the first point I want to make. What exactly is preaching? There's something mysterious about it. If you're involved in it, let me emphasize again, this is the greatest of all human activities, of all that any human being might do day by day. There is nothing greater under the hand of God than preaching. It is teaching plus it is something dynamic where God takes the teaching and raises it to a new level. It is an encouragement, an exhortation. It is something mysterious. That's the first thing I want to say about preaching. If you're involved in preaching, my friend, it is the greatest of all human activities. There's no particular gift enumerated in the Bible, and yet many are called preachers, and kerusso, the herald, is the key word used in the New Testament. Well, let's pause there at that point, and we'll develop further in the next little section as to exactly what preaching is. Say, it's a glorious day here, and there's the sun shining off my head.